everybody, it's Jace. I want to talk about affirmations today. We hear about affirmations a lot. If you have tiptoed into the self-development space, you've heard affirmations. Me just saying affirmations probably made you feel a little nauseous. I dig it. I get it. It's everywhere, right? And it sounds really like woo-woo, hippy-dippy BS, right? Like, oh, just say things differently and your life will change. So here's the thing. It's not elusive. We tell our brain what is real and what's important. It doesn't just decide things on its own. The information that we put in there, it says, okay, you got it. And it takes that as fact. So if you're constantly telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, everyone else around me is doing better than I am too fat, I am ugly, no one likes me. If you're saying all of that, your brain's going, okay. And it's receiving that as factual information. And pathways are created. The brain loves shortcuts. The brain is all about effectively using resources to the max. So it will create shortcuts anywhere and everywhere it can, just because it is a more efficient use of energy. So those repeat things kind of like create like a really clear path for your brain to take. So it makes it really easy. And because you've told it so often, your brain's like, this is important. I keep getting this same information. It's important. So it also starts looking for it everywhere around you. So then you start hearing comments and you're like, yep, I knew it. I knew it. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. That thing they just said, that's what that means. Because you've designed your brain to look for that information and to then ingest it and interpret it in that way. That doesn't mean it's actually true. The things in your brain that you hear, especially those types of comments, they're not true. They've just been put in there so often. Sometimes that's from other people when we were in our formative years and we just kind of absorbed all of that. Oftentimes they're from us, that we are judging ourselves so strongly that our brain is like, okay, you got it. You're ugly. I dig it. Let's make that reality for you. It doesn't know that that's a mean thing. It doesn't know that that hurts your feelings. It is just putting out what you put in. So when you are doing affirmations, whether that's written, spoken, or heard, or a combo of all three, if you really want to have change happen fast, you are telling your brain, here is new information. I am perfectly adequate. I am enough. I am the healthiest I've ever been. I'm looking good today. I am super smart. I'm very capable. I always complete everything I start. If people really knew me, they would love me. I love me. I'm a confident person, right? If you start putting in that information, the brain will go, okay, you're capable. Okay, you're super hot. All right, you're enough. And it will receive that as fact. Now, it doesn't happen overnight because remember those pathways that we talked about that have been created over long-term and repeat use. So the way I like to think about it is if you came to a clearing in the forest and there was a stream on the other side and you needed to get to it, would you take the clear path that was already there that led right to the stream? Or would you crawl over like brambles and branches and, twigs and all of this stuff to get to it? You would just like walk right on that path, right? Same thing the brain's doing. So the more you go through the other path by telling it the new information, a clear-cut path will be made there instead. The brain does not care. It doesn't care. Whatever you put in there, it's like, great, cool, thanks. And in time, when you're not using that other path, that I'm too ugly, I'm fat, I'm not confident, I'm not capable path, then the brambles and the twigs and the branches and the grass start building over it, and the brain is less likely to take it. Also, it now starts looking for that information because you've told it this is important. How do you know it's important? I keep telling it to you. So now the brain hears things and goes, ooh, that was a compliment. I'm looking good today. Or it's like, yeah, I am smart. And here's how I've just proven it. And we create our reality based on our perception. And our perception is often created by the things we tell ourselves. So use whatever term you want. If affirmations gets under your skin, and I totally get it if it does, but no, it's not elusive. It's not magic that is happening. It is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind receiving information and creating perception and our reality accordingly. So don't throw this one out just because there are, so many people trending it right now. It really does work. The most effective way to do this is start listening. Listen for those things that you tell yourself. You can even write them down. Then create a positive opposing statement. So to something like, I am not capable, you would write a positive opposing statement that would go against that. Like, I work really hard at everything I do. That could be the opposing statement. It doesn't have to be, I am capable, but it could be, I really put in a lot of effort. I put in my best effort every day. That could be the opposing statement. Or I'm not, I'm scared to be in front of people. That could become, I'm confident and love sharing myself in front of others. And make a practice to then state your positive opposing statements regularly. Set it into your daily routine. Make a reminder in your phone to have them pop up. Start putting that information into your brain and stop with the other negative statements. I guarantee there is no one that is excluded from this who has a human brain that this won't work for. So try it. Just, even if you don't believe the statements, even if you're like, but I'm not confident, the brain doesn't know that. It doesn't care. It's just receiving it as information. It will become true because you're telling it to your brain, and your brain runs everything else. You dig it? That's it from me today. If you'd like more from me, paid and free, you can find info on that on my website, jacedowney.com. Please subscribe to this video or this page so that you are able to keep getting this information, keep getting these videos, and we can continue to connect. I'll see you next time.